Well, the shed build is finished. The interior's got to be done. I've added this undercover area. It's got my oil tank in it, but it gives me some storage space down the back for logs and other timber and stuff that will eventually be tidied up and used. And the inside is a mess, so excuse the inside. It's a work in progress, and this will basically be tidied up as we go and turned into a 7-foot square workspace. So what I've done is I've managed in this space I've built a workbench, and this is my workbench here. It's made from recycled timber that I got free of charge from a friend of mine who's a builder, who was burning this stuff like there was no tomorrow. So basically it's made from these. This is 4x6s, 2x6s rather. I don't even know my timbers yet, so you'll have to forgive me for that. It's made of 2x6 timber, and I've put it through my planer jointer, which is the old Titan, and then assembled it. I've copied Frank's workbench. I'll put a link down below for that, because it was such an easy way of making a working workbench, and yeah, I copied his idea. His went together a hell of a lot easier than mine, but I dare say he's got a few years work experience at woodwork. I'm brand new to this, so this is all very, very new. So today I've decided that my bench needs some dog holes. I thought about putting a vise on the front of this, but as you can see, 7-foot square, it's not a lot of room, so I think that some form of bench holding would be better. So I've got these. I bought these. I wish the screen would stay on. I bought these the other day. I've got no connection with these guys, so I went out and paid full price for them, and I'm just going to figure out how to put some holes in my bench, or where to put some holes in my bench. I know how. I've got a big drill. Need to figure out where the best place for them is, and go from there. I will make some sort of a jig so that I can get the holes fairly straight. I don't really want wonky dog holes, and yeah, we'll go from there. We'll see how this video goes, and I'll show you the various steps as I do it, and I will edit out all the bits that go wrong. So let's hope this video goes okay. Right, first things I want to do is try to figure out whereabouts my dogs need to be, or dog holes need to be. So I thought if I go for a radius around the circle there, where the wood will be able to clamp the work fairly close to the edge. It doesn't need to be right on the edge of the work, on the edge of the table rather, but as long as it's close to, then I can clamp work down that's over the edge. And to be honest, at the moment that's looking like quite a good spot. I quite like that. It is, however, going to foul with the leg, which is something that's a little bit annoying. If I come slightly out, I can avoid that. Let's just work out how much room I've got between the leg and the edge of the bench. I'll just draw a line there. I don't want to be any closer than that to there. So the leg is approximately there. As you can see, being a new woodworker, I'm as cack-handed as anything. No doubt I'll improve these techniques over the years, and the more I watch videos, the better I'll get, and of course the more practice I have, the better I'll get. So there's my leg. So I want to be able to make sure that I avoid that, which, yeah, I could do that. That would go in quite nicely there. It would also mean that I can clamp right onto the edge of the bench. And again, if I go there, so if I was to place my clamp somewhere, so I don't want to go any closer to the edge than that. I don't want to go any closer to the edge than that. So if I was to go in there, I'm going to miss the leg. That's going to miss the leg there. It's going to clamp to the edge of the bench here, and clamp to the edge of the bench around here. To me, that's close enough. So what are we looking? Sorry, 14 centimetres roughly. Which, okay, I quite like that. I'll do the same on this end here, 14 centimetres in. I think if I put those two in there and there first of all, and then I'll work out another two here. So what I'm going to do, first of all, first things first, and make a little test piece. So I'm going to go through that, and then I'm going to see if I can clamp that in a hole on that. So, clamp. So this is literally just a test piece, just to see if this is going to work. I've got to say, I love these auger bits. I just think it's a fantastic way to drill. And within just a few seconds, they're cutting on through. Oh, look at that. I'm not worried about blowout on the other side of this, so just going to keep going all the way through. There we go. What amazes me is I was given this bracing bits, these bracing bits the other day, and I've done nothing to them. They were given to me by somebody who said they were bound for the skip, and to me that looks and feels brand new. It's not, obviously, but it certainly looks and feels good. Now, so it will go in to a point. We need a bit of a sanding. And there's a certain amount of roughness through the middle of that anyway. But I dare say once I've got something in there, and once they've been used a few times, who needs sanding when you've got a rough edge on that? So that's just chewed its way in there beautifully. The moral of this story is keep your workspace tidy. So let's just check to see if this is even going to work. Let's have a piece of work to clamp. Let's have a little piece to start with. Right, let's clamp the work down. I can see this is shifting already, so the pressure in there must be immense. Look at that. Okay, I'm more than happy with that. That's going to give me some really, really nice work holding. Okay, so what I've got to do now is just to find a way of drilling something through and keeping it nice and straight, so that I can use it as a drilling guide, because that isn't. That's not very straight at all. A couple more of these. Good job. So that's reasonably flat. Let's clamp it back down again. So I've seen this trick where you place a nice degree on your work. Let go of it, check it. bad actually. Yeah, I'm happy with that. This doesn't need to be an exact science. I want my dog holes to be reasonably straight, but they don't have to be perfect. There we go. It's pretty deep enough there for the moment, so we'll bring that back out. What we did last time. Stick that in at an angle and then just finish it off. And again, I'm not worried about blowing out at the back end there with the drill, with the bits rather. There's something very rewarding, to be honest, about this sort of woodcraft, using these old tools. It really is. You get a nice feel for the wood. In the past, I've always used electric drills and that sort of thing, and you just power through and that's it. Bang, job done. But there's something nice about that. There's a bit of a lean on there. I'm not too worried. Like I said, doesn't need to be perfect, so I think that's okay. So I think what I can do now is just using that, worked last time, push that through a few times. You can hear it easing, you can feel it. Just making life, just getting easier as it goes. What I need to be able to do now is be able to see what I'm looking for. I don't have a bradawl yet either. Must get one. So I was thinking that was my perfect size there, area there. Go for the centre of that, which is, I'm going to call that 15 centimetres. And I'm going to call it 15 centimetres there as well. So we'll have a cross at 15. Using a different auger, I'm just going to place that on there and just mark it. I can see that quite nicely, but what I'm going to do remember, I'm just using that bit of wood as a guide. To make sure that I'm upright. Just for the first few revolutions. Into the bench top we go. Once I've got a good few turns in now, I can take that back, I can back that out. Take the block off and then carry on all the way through. That's the thing when you've got a 5-inch thick worktop. Oh, there we go, just cutting through now. Yeah, there's a bit of blowout on the bottom of that. But not even all the way through the bench yet. Almost. There we go. And we're through. Oh, good grief, look at that. Fantastic. A few turns on that, spin it away, and you're clamped. Oh, lovely. That is going to be brilliant. So at some point I'll get some sandpaper on something just to smooth that off inside there, make it a little bit easier to use. But I'm more than happy with that. So yeah, I can clamp stuff right on the edge of the board, edge of the work surface, same there. So now to do the same over there. (15 by 15), I seem to remember. (15 in by 15 in). So we do the same again, place that into the spot. Clamp the block down so it's nice and square. Wind it through. Work that good depth into the wood. Wind it back out again. Take the block out of the way. And now I can wind that the rest of the way through. With that is I've got so much stuff in the bottom the snail's not digging in. There we go. You can hear it actually as the snail starts to stop digging in. It just stops pulling the auger down into it, and of course once that happens, oh look at that! This is almost acting as a file. And again, they're not perfectly straight, I wish they were, but they will do the job. So now we're going to work out two more now that I want to put in a straight line with those. So one of the first things I will do is create my straight line. So we know that 15 is the centre of that. So if I put a line straight down my workbench from hole to hole, all I'm going to do is rest the gauge against the side, and I'm going to rest my finger against the end of the gauge, and then hopefully carefully slide the two down. So I'm just pressing the gauge firmly against that all the way down, just sliding the pencil down with it, and you can see this, it's left a nice line there that's straight enough. So we're going in centimetres and mil, because that's just something I find easier. .98.5, and if I divide 98.5 into 3, it gives me 3 equal spaces. So we'll call that, let's do it in millimetres obviously. So we call it 985 millimetres divided by 3 equals 328.3. Oh, I'm not that fussy if they're that perfect. So 328, so 32.8 centimetres. There's 32, and there's 32.8. Find my line. And I reckon that will be close enough. Do the same from here. I'm going to do 32. Where's my line gone? There it is. 32.8 is that. And that is 32.8 in between those two as well. So, more than happy with that. And you look at the distance between that and that. I've got a tiny amount of workspace in between those two. So with those rotating, you see what I mean? I'm just leaving a small gap at 3 inches. Still 8 centimetres roughly, 8.5 centimetres between each one for work to be clamped down. That's not straight one. That should give me the absolutely ideal bench dogs. Ideal clamping system. Right, that's that just screwed itself into the bench there. Now I can clamp that down. Now I can get that like Paul Sellers says, not only is this good for the mind, you can come and get away from all your worries and all your troubles, but it gives you a bit of a workout at the same time. What more could you want, really? So this time I'm going to try and keep all the rubbish out of there as we dig it out. Oh, I won't have it. I'm going to have to screw back out. Once they're all the way through, it's not a problem, because obviously all your waste will just slide straight down into out of the hole. There we go. Have that back down again. So once you can hear that's just the wood fibres cutting, you know you can take the bit of pressure off and just drive it through by hand then. You don't need to press that down. I'm hardly pressing that down at all, just supporting it. And there we go. Dog holes, yes. I'm liking this. Same again, thread that through the guide. Lift that nice and high so I can see where I'm going into, and that way I can spot that exactly. Just get the thread started. Once I can hear the fibres cutting, which is there, it's going to hold itself upright. Clamp that into now. I get a nice straight hole, hopefully. Or as straight as it doesn't, like I say, it doesn't need to be brilliantly, perfectly straight. And now we can just work that through. This really is so satisfying. It's just something that helps to keep your mind clear. So let's reverse that out again. That's it. Reverse it far enough, and then it brings most of the rubbish with it. Doesn't feel to be cutting, so we'll just pull that out again. Just remove some of those fibres that are fouling the snail. Get that back in. And you can start to feel it cutting those fibres again. Again, there's a little bit of tear out at the back there, but it's on the bottom side of the bench. Does it matter? The important thing now is can I clamp wood? And the answer is, yeah, I can. Look at that, I can tip my workbench right over. So, bench holes, a big success, I think. I'm very pleased with those. And yeah, I should say dog holes. What I'll do is I'll probably just put a router or maybe a file just on the edge of those just to prevent those tearing out, because that would look a mess. I might just put a like I say, plunger router in there just to take those edge pieces out, just to make it a little bit nicer. But no, that's it. There we go. Bench holes done for clamping purposes. And that's a lot easier than trying to put clamps all over the place. I mean, to be honest now, you know, if I wanted to clamp this piece of wood at some fairly bizarre angle, I can clamp that pretty much where I want now, which is, yeah, I'm pleased with that. Look at that. So yeah, that could be clamped wherever I want. So bit of sandpaper in there just to straighten those out. And this, of course, that was, yeah, dog holes done the old-fashioned way. So that's it. That's 4 bench holes or dog holes in the bench now, which I think are perfectly positioned for work holding of any sort, for what I want. Those holes were so easy to put in. I'm going to leave it as just the 4 to start with, and if I need any more, then yeah, I'll add some, probably down the back section of the bench there, I think. Like I say, it's only a small bench. It's 4 foot long by 2 foot wide, because it's only in a 7 foot square shed. As you can see, the shed is pretty tiny, and obviously there's a division between one half of the shed and the other. The other half is the wife's summer house, and this is my man cave. And hopefully more videos to be coming soon. So if you've liked this video, albeit very short, then please press the like and subscribe button. Thanks very much, guys, and we'll keep you up with some new update as it comes. Fairly infrequently probably, but yeah, it'd be nice to see some people subscribing and liking, and loads of comments, please. I'm learning at this as I go, so if you've seen me do something that you think is really silly or I could have done it easier, then put a comment down below. Any nasty comments will probably get deleted. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.